Yo, what's going on, guys? Selectorch here today, and we're gonna be doing a Arcane Odyssey video on dodge reflexes. So yes, I'm here going to talk about dodge reflexes. We're gonna go over everything about them and what exactly they are, how they function, but not how to get them, of course. I'm not gonna show you how to do that. We're just gonna show you exactly what they do and how they work, and what kind of like cases we can actually use these dodge reflexes, because there is creative ways you can get around with using these things. All right, let's start off with my dodge reflex, which is light magic, of course. I always use dodge reflexes that are light based. Pretty much light-based dodge reflexes are air movements that TP you, right? They are instant, fast, quick. They just TP you, pretty much. So, as you can see, I can TP. Very good. Now, dodge reflexes of the TP variant, if you are a innate TP variant like lightning, wind, or light, you'll get the instant TP variant, which is just a short dash, but it happens very fast. So, to dodge reflex, you just have to dodge in the air, pretty much. So for those who are wondering, you can still normal ground dodge like this. You know, the jump ground dodge as you always do. And you can also do this one. So you have two different dodges. But yeah, the light reflex TP dodge is really good. Now, I'm going to show you guys the wind variant of this real quick. As you can see, these function like regular dashes, except they're highly limited in the air. Yeah, it's very nice and fun. Do sideways ones too, forward ones, and backwards ones. Yeah, they just function like a regular dash, but in the air. Now, of course, in the air, they are completely limited. You only have 2 charges. As of right now, you'll have 2. Maybe in the future, they'll get 3, but I think 2 is what we're going to settle on. I'm not too sure, though. But yeah, 2 charges. This is the TP variant. Now, let's move on to the burst variant. So let's start off with fire. Fire is an iconic magic. So let's do fire real quick. Fire magic TP dodge. It's not TP dodge, my bad. This is the burst variant. It takes you much farther, but, you know, there is some travel time to it. It really feels nice to use the fire dodge because it just flows well. You know, it's not instant. You can kind of control it a little bit. Like after the end lag from the dodge, you can kind of like curve yourself a little bit. It's really nice. You can also do stuff like this where you can dodge and then jump. Very cool stuff for sure. But yeah, that's the fire burst dodge. This is the burst dodge variant of reflexes. Now we're going to go into the other variant of reflexes, and this is another magic one we're going to go over. Let's do earth, or what's something that... Let's do crystal. Something colorful, because colorful magics are cool. There you go. So this is the barrier variant, where you just create barriers. Yeah, you pretty much just make barriers. Now, when you make these barriers, you do take damage reduction. So if someone were to hit you during your barrier dodge, you would take less damage than if you were not. That's something unique that the TP dodge and the burst dodge do not have. So keep this in mind. TP dodges short but fast. Burst dodges long distance but travel time. Barrier dodges damage resistance while moving. Really cool. Now let's move on to the fighting style dodges. All right, let's talk about fighting styles. So let's do Iron Leg. This is Iron Leg. Now, when you dodge with Iron Leg, you just coat your body in iron. Right here. Or at least it should be coating. I guess maybe he removed this visual effect. But yeah, you have your Iron Leg dodge, where you do take damage rest. Now, you can make the fighting style dodges into TP variant dodges. Right? There is ways to do that. And that is by investing into agility. Investing into high agility will make any fighting style dodge into a TP dodge. Now, there is some TP dodges that get TPs innately, and that is boxing and thermofist. So let's just switch over to those real quick so I can show you guys. So now this is the thermofist dodge. Thermofist dodge is entirely dependent if you are high heat or not, right? So this is the normal thermofist dodge. You just kind of regular air dodge, just like a burst variant. But if you do gather up enough heat, I believe this is 50% or above, you start the TP. Right? So, there you go. Look, the Sonito effect right there. So it does play like a Sonito effect when you dodge. It sounds really cool. It also leaves like an after image of yourself. Very cool dodge. I like this one a lot. Now, I believe if you invest into agility, you can have innate TP without having to charge up your heat. So that's like a neat little thing you can do there. But yeah, this is Thermal Fist dodge. Really cool, because, you know, it just looks sick. It really does just look sick. I guess maybe you just need to invest into agility to make this TP. Well, boxing is a burst, but it can be made into TP. Now let's go over the other unique dodge type. This is probably the first bit of vitality content that you guys are getting. So if you are a paladin or a juggernaut, you can use this dodge variant, which is actually pretty decent for many reasons. But let's switch over to it real quick. Here we are. We're switched over, and I have the vitality dodge. So it covers yourself in like this blue aura. Really cool. It's like a burst variant. And I believe you do gain damage reduction, as it says here. Yeah, temporarily increase durability during the dodge. So yeah, you do get damage reduction in this. Very cool stuff here. I like this dodge variant a lot simply because it's super simple. It looks really nice and it gives you damage resistance, which is very useful, especially in movement for sure, because you're moving and you're taking less damage. That's really good. That's essentially just doing your block, right? If you were to dash block, like if I were to normal dash block like this, no, now you don't need to do that extra step of blocking. You can just dodge. Really good. Now that's pretty much all for the different types of dodge variants. We showed you the TP one, we showed you the base reflexes, and we showed you the barrier ones. We showed you some of the fighting styles and showed you the vitality one, the final one. Now, actually, there is one I forgot to mention, which is kind of the same as the other verses, and that's the weapon dodge. The weapon dodge pretty much functions the same as other burst dodges. This is what the weapon dodge looks like. It has a white particle and it plays the flash step sound. This dodge is really good. At 150 or some number of agility, you get the TP variant, which is really good. But this dodge in itself is really cool. Very basic, but it gets the job done. Yeah, that's pretty much all for dodge reflexes. And let's get into something a little more flavor, right? We're gonna do a fight or two. Maybe I show you guys a fight or two, and let's get into it. Oh, Clash was just talking about that. It was Flying Phoenix. Alright. Ah, yes, lingering clash box, I forget. GG. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much all for today's video. That's all about reflexes, and you know, stay out for another video that I will be posting soon, and that will be on Dark Sea preparations. So yeah, that's pretty much all for me today, and peace out. Have a nice night.